Do you have a crappy old vase at home that needs to be zhuzhed up a little bit? Well, in today's video on Andy's Art Lab, we're going to take an old vase and turn it into an artwork. Now to do this, we're going to need a few things. So we need some art resin, we'll need an old vase, and we'll also need a cup turner. If you haven't seen it already, then you can go and check out above, the link above, to see how to make a DIY cup turner. So without further ado, let's dive into the process of turning an old crappy vase into something special. Before we can get into the fun part of putting resin onto this vase, we need to put some paint to cover it, and before we do that we need to give it a bit of a sand so that spray paint has something to key into, something to latch onto. So here I am just giving it a quick sand down and then on with the spray paint to give it a nice even coat. You then need to prep your resin, so I've got all my colours already and waiting, and then it's on with the base coat for the vase. So I've just got some clear resin that I've made up, and I'm going to cover the whole vase in that, using my hands to spread it evenly around as it goes around and round on that cup turner. Once we have that even coat around the vase, it's time to get to the fun part, and that's adding colour. So this is where you can unleash your inner artist. So here I'm just putting some crimson down. Depending on the colours that you've chosen to mix up, then it's up to you how you do it. I've got a bit of a zigzagging pattern going here, but essentially you want to create a covering across the whole vase where you can sort of mix the colours. The rotation of the cup turner is going to help mix that resin together. This is really the part where you can experiment and drizzle the resin onto the vase as it's turning around, just to try to create some patterns. When I do this resin pouring onto a vase, I don't do the whole cup at once. I make sure that I leave a little bit of the coloured resin so I can go over and touch up as the different colours come on. So next we'll move on to a different colour, in this case it will be white, and then we can also add some embellishments to the vase. Once you have all your various colours laid down from your resin, it's now time to go and pop those bubbles. So here I am using my blue flame torch. This is just a chef's torch to go and get rid of all those bubbles that are in the resin. I like to give my resin artwork a bit of bling, and what you can see on screen here is me adding some gold mica powder to the resin vase. What happens is that mica powder sinks into the resin and gets absorbed, and it also turns with the cup turner and will spread out across the vase, but it really gives a nice finishing effect to the finished product. I leave my tumblers or vases that I've put resin on using this cup turner to keep rotating for about 4 hours for that resin to set properly. I can then turn it off, and then I just leave it to cure overnight, so after that stage you can then take it off the cup turner. And here we have the finished product after the resin is cured. We've taken something really boring and turned it into something quite special. I hope this video has been helpful in giving you some ideas on what you can do to your vases with a little bit of resin and some know-how. If you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to see all the videos. Thanks very much for watching, keep safe, and until next time, keep creative.